Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I will be sharing with you a checklist of things that you should be aware of as a non-citizen. Now, I know a lot of non-citizens are living in the United States and you might be on a visa. There are things that you need to keep up to date with. I'm going to share that checklist with you in no particular order. For those who are joining my channel for the first time, please feel free to subscribe to this channel for all your informative videos on visas, international teaching experiences, and teaching jobs abroad. Also, for my returning viewers, thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. Guys, if you did not check out my latest videos, you need to check those out. I'll leave a thumbnail here for you to see them. Very informative videos you need to learn about. Check them out. So the following topics are issues that every non-citizen in the United States should check periodically or consider, and make sure these are up to date. As I mentioned earlier, they're not going to be in any specific order. Let's get straight into topics that non-citizens should keep up to date with. There are 5 of them we will be talking about today. There's going to be more to come, so you want to subscribe to this channel, turn your notification bells on so that you can be informed when the video is uploaded. So the 5 areas I will be talking about today: age limit, maxing out or age out. Also, we're going to be talking about international travel, key expirations, job changes, and address changes. These are important things you need to be up to date with. I'm going to go in detail with all 5 areas this evening. And if you have any questions, you can put those below and I'll respond. So let's get straight into it. We're going to start with max out or age out. So max out or age out, depending on the type of visa that you're on. For example, if you're on an L visa, then you have a limited time of 5 years in the United States. If you're on a J visa, it's for 3 years with an extension of 2 years. And if you're on an H visa, that can go up to 6 years, initially 3 and then up to 6. So you want to make sure that your time is not maxing out and you are not taking steps to either transfer status or make plans to return home. You should also be knowledgeable about your duration of stay on your visa type and know if you can recapture any time that was lost. For example, you might have started a job on a H1 visa and you only worked for a company for 1 year. If you transfer to a new job and you get a work visa, which is still an H1B visa, you should be aware that you should still have 5 more years on that H1B visa. Okay, so you want to be knowledgeable about the type of visa you have, when it's going to max out or age out, and what are your next plans. Another topic I want to touch on with max out or age out is for individuals who are here working and have independence who are under the age 21. For example, on a J1 visa, when your child gets to age 21, they have to return home. So you want to keep that in mind and decide what's your next step for your child when they reaches the age 21 or maxes the age 21. Is it that you're going to allow your child to transfer visa status to maybe a student visa? Is it that you're going to send your child back home? Is it that your child is going to get a job that's going to sponsor them their own work visa? You need to take all these into consideration once you're a non-citizen and you're working on a visa. So max out or age out, something we all need to be thinking about. Another important thing on the checklist is international travel. I know once you're here in the United States and you're on your work visa, you feel like everything is okay. Yes, you are okay once you're here in the United States. But what if you decide to leave the United States to travel to a different country or your home country? You want to make sure you have things in place so that you allowed to re-enter the United States when you get back to the border security. So what do you do if you're going to be traveling internationally? You want to make sure to contact your lawyer to find out what documents you need to take with you when you leave the United States. You want to find out also if it is okay for you to leave the United States and come back if you have filed certain petitions. I know, for example, if your work has put in your green card, at some stage you cannot leave the United States. This is a topic I will be talking about in the next video, at what stage you cannot leave the United States. So whenever you do your international travel, you want to make sure to converse first with your lawyer. Get all your documents so that when you re-enter, you have those to show to border security. Also, sometimes when you leave the United States, you have to visit your local embassy in order to re-enter. That's if you are transferred status and did not get your visa stamp. It's going to be very important that when you leave, you take all your documents that you're going to need to take to your local embassy. I've seen too often where educators have left the country, went back to the local embassy and had issues because they did not take all their documentation with them. Okay, I will do a short talking about the documents that you should take with you when you go to get your stamp after you transferred status in the United States. Be on the lookout for that. Another important thing on the checklist is address changes. All non-citizens in the United States are supposed to report their address changes to the USCIS, and this includes green card holders. The address change form is AR11, and I can put the link below. If you move to a different state or a different house, this needs to be updated with USCIS. If you have something pending at USCIS, you will want to specifically call that out on your AR11 form. So a U.S. citizen who has submitted an I-864 affidavit of support to sponsor an immigrant is also supposed to submit a change of address using the I-864 form. Okay, so change of address, very important. You want to make sure you do that with the USCIS. You can also update your email address and update your phone number. Another thing that's important on this checklist is job changes. Many people have visas that is tied to a specific job. For example, if you're an H-1B holder, your job is tied to that specific employer that filed your petition for your H-1B. If you are going to change work site to a different employer, this also needs to be reported to USCIS. Also for F1 students, if you're changing from one school to the next, what if you did not like the school environment and you're transferring to a different school? This needs to be recorded and reported to USCIS. So you want to take measures to report your job changes as well as your F1 changes if you're going to a different school. And please note that gaps in employment and long periods of unemployment can implicate F1 status in some circumstances. Another important thing on the checklist is expiration dates. Every foreign national in the United States is expected to maintain a valid passport, a valid I-94 admission record. Now, it is not necessary for you to have a valid visa once you don't leave the United States, but as I said earlier, once you leave the United States, you'll have to go to your local embassy to get that visa stamped in your book. However, it is required that you maintain a valid passport and a valid I-94 form. I can leave the link below on how you can find your I-94 online. So, a valid travel visa is only needed to travel to the United States. So individuals who have no plan to leave the United States do not need to maintain a valid visa because you're going to be here. You're going to be here all the time and you're not leaving. But once you're leaving, you're going to need to get that visa stamped in your book. So these are 5 things that you need to keep up to date with if you're a non-citizen living in the United States. We talk about international travel, max age or age out. We spoke about expirations and also address changes and job changes. These are things you need to stay on top of. Know what is it you're about, what's your next step, so that you don't stay out of status in the United States. If you enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, share, like, subscribe, and don't forget to turn the notification bells on so that you can get notified when another informative video is uploaded. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you next time. Bye.